I'd like to call a meeting of the committee of the whole to order at 6:30. Let's, first item, pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item is roll call.
All right, Paul Dwyer,
Here.
Travis Schulze,
Here.
Richard Yarrington,
Present.
John Glenn,
Here.
Sean Zabinski. Here. Mitchell Kale,
Here.
Patrick Devine,
Here.
Nellie Pater. Here. Dean Peterson.
Here.
Thank you. Next item is approval of the minutes from October 13th, 2025. Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion to approve in a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is acceptance of the reports. The city administrator monthly report, city clerk monthly report, city treasurer monthly report, expenditures with comparison to budget report, cash and investment schedule, parks and recreation monthly report, police department monthly report, public safety October monthly report, public works and utilities monthly report, senior and disabled services department monthly report, Tomah Public Library public report, zoning department monthly report, Greater Tomah Area Chamber of Commerce monthly report, and the Tomah Public Housing monthly report.
I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve. And a second.
Second.
We have a motion to approve in a second. Any further discussion?
I just have a comment that I wanted to make. And I noticed some of the department heads are here, but I would like to see all of the department heads come in, because if you have questions, you can't really. And this Zoom thing, you know, it's hard to hear people on there. So I just wanted to make that comment that I'd like to see more department heads here in person.
Richard?
I got a couple questions for Justin. Looking at your budget to comparison report, revenue year-to-date, you show 33%. I would assume we have a lot more than 33% of our revenue received.
The first part? Which part? The first page, or which one are you referring to? What page are you on?
Total general fund revenue. You're showing it at 33.2% year-to-date. I would assume it should be much higher than
Yep.
that.
I'll look at that one for that one.
Which page are you on, Richard?
What?
What page of the packet are you on?
Probably about the fourth page of the comparison.
Can you talk about this one?
No, we've got it back here. Page, item 7, page 11.
Yep, I'll look into that though. Maybe we can count for it, to make sure it's all, yep, I'll look at page 11, to make sure it's finalized.
Second question, are we going to get corrections to show monthly totals eventually on the comparison?
Yes, I have a call for Cassell right now, and they should get to me about by the end of the week. They said it had something to do with an update that happened about 2 months ago, and it's been tracking along since.
That's all I have for you.
Gotcha. Anyone else?
Anybody else?
Mr. Chair, can I seek clarification from older person Zabinski?
Sure.
You said you'd like to see more department heads here. We have all the department heads. 2 have been excused for paid time off requests that they put in. We have not had any unauthorized absences. So was there somebody in particular you were looking for?
Sometimes it would just be nice to, if you had questions for the chamber or,
Okay, for the chamber, I'll relay that. She's not a city employee, but we do have all the city department heads here. The chamber and the Tomah Public Housing Authority are not city employees, and they attend when they can. The chamber CEO had another engagement tonight for her organization, but I'll relay to her to try to attend as much as possible.
Okay. Any further discussion?
I did have one comment for the administrator. I noticed in your report, Administrator Morales, that you had talked a little bit about development of an annual training plan specifically for elected officials, department heads, and employees. I guess just wanted to state thank you. I think that has been something that this body and the city has been in need of, so I've had a chance to attend some of those sessions that you sent by email. So I guess the question to that, is there going to be a strategic plan, or is it just going to be as you see them come across, you'll forward them on?
We're developing an actual. Can you come up to the podium before I murder everybody's eardrums? We're developing an actual annual plan, and so what I see for FY26, the first deliberate training event for elected officials will occur after the April election, and then we're going to, at a minimum, repeat that cycle. So basically, it'll be annual refresh training for any sitting members, and will also serve as training for anybody that's been elected that is new. And then we'll have training throughout the year as well. The Clerk Jacobs and I are also talking about other training, not just again for the employees, but the elected officials on human resources type training events, handling of confidential information, so on and so forth. So there will, when it says annual training plan, there will be a yearly plan where month by month, these are the topics we're trying to hit, and they're gonna correspond with the different things that we accomplish throughout the year. So for example, we'll have some budget training items that will happen like late spring, early summer, before the staff goes in to start preparing the budget for your approval. Does that answer the question?
Thank you again. That's all I have.
Thank you. Sure, Mitch.
I have a comment. I just want to say the street department did an excellent job on the Kilburn project. I thought, one of our first projects that the street department kind of handled in-house. As a general, I think it went off really well, so I just want to say nice job on that.
Yeah, I'd like to say it did turn out pretty good. Definitely it was a project in learning. That was the first time that the street department actually took over the responsibility, I guess, as the general. So, a couple things we've learned, that obviously trying to keep the road open and, let's say, patching the road like we did, we're trying to study how much time and labor we had in it. And at the end of the day, would we have been better off tearing the blacktop right out and starting over? But for the most part, it went well. I mean, we liked how it turned out. Tried to save some money. I believe we did save some money. So, again, we won't do it a whole lot. I mean, that one was kind of brought on by the water department having that bad water main through there. But whenever we can possibly do it again, we're definitely game to try it again. So I'll let the guys know that it looks good, or you guys think it looks good. Thank you much.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Under the, we have to do a vote on it, so looking for a motion to approve in a second. We already have that, so now we have to do the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The reports are accepted. Next item, number 18, approval of the resolution for the payment of the monthly bills.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion to approve in a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, number 19, approval application of Class B fermented malt beverage license and Class B liquor license renewal for Elmer W. Grassman, post number 201, Tomah American Legion, post 201 at 800 Wisconsin Avenue, Tomah.
Motion to approve. Second.
We have a motion to approve in a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, number 20, approval application of Class B beer fermented malt beverage license and Class B liquor license for Flush Company LLC, Brixton House at 800 Superior Avenue, Tomah, Wisconsin.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion to approve in a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 21, application of Class B fermented malt beverage license and Class B liquor license transfer for Cancun Bay Limited from 1422 Superior Avenue to 701 East Clifton Street, Suite 2, Tomah, Wisconsin.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion approved in a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, number 22, approval application of reserve Class B liquor license and Class B fermented malt beverage license for Pachos LLC at 1422 Superior Avenue, Tomah, Wisconsin.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
So we have a motion to approve in a second. Any further discussion?
Question. For the clerk, how many reserve licenses are we allowed to issue?
2.
Thank
And
you.
currently have none.
This will be one of two?
Correct.
Thank you.
So we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 23, approval secondhand article and jewelry dealer license application for Antique Mall, Tomah.
Second, move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion to approve in a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And now I need a motion to adjourn to.
I make a motion to adjourn to closed session.
Second. So do I have to read? I should read the whole thing, or does it say that?
Yeah, read it.
I will read it, okay. So, motion.
Point of clarification, and maybe the administrator can answer, the statute needs to be read, or the reasons we're going into closed need to be read? Because that's very different.
At a minimum, the items listed under this, the way, we go into much more detail than you will probably find. We list the statutes, but the agenda items, I think to avoid confusion for this one, it may be beneficial to read the entire passage, and then we can train up to this on which parts we need to read for the future.
Sounds good. So any meeting of a governmental body upon motion duly made and carried may be convened in closed session under one or more of the exemptions provided in this section. The motion shall be carried by a majority vote in such manner that the vote of each member is ascertained and recorded in the minutes. No motion to convene in closed session may be adopted unless the chief presiding officer announces to those present at the meeting at which such motion is made the nature of the business to be considered at such closed session, and the specific exemption or exemptions under the subsection by which such closed session is claimed to be authorized. Such announcement shall become part of the record of the meeting. No business may be taken up at any closed session except that which relates to the matters contained in the chief presiding officer's announcement of the closed session. The closed session may be held for any of the following purposes. Item B, considering dismissal, demotion, licensing, or discipline of any public employee or person licensed by a board or commission, or the investigation of charges against such person, considering the grant, denial of tenure for a university faculty member, and taking the formal action of any such matter, provided that the faculty member or other public employee or person licensed is given actual notice of any evidentiary hearing which may be held prior to the final action being taken, and of any meeting at which final action may be taken. The notice shall contain a statement that the person has the right to demand that the evidentiary hearing or meeting be held in open session. This paragraph and section F, do not apply to any such evidentiary hearing or meeting where the employer person license requested an open session may be held. Allegations of the misuse of funds by a city employer requiring the initiation of an administrative investigation and possible discipline at a future date. Deliberating or negotiating the purchase of public properties or investing of public funds or conducting other specified public business whether competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. Considering the purchase of property A, property B, and or property C. Conferring with legal counsel for the governmental body who is rendering oral or written advice concerning the strategy to be adopted by the body with respect to litigation in which it is or likely to become involved. Suspected room tax evasion by a corporation. Nothing in this subchapter shall be construed to authorize the governmental body to consider at a meeting in closed session the final ratification or approval of a collective bargaining agreement under such chapter 1, 4, 5, or chapter 111, which has been negotiated by such body on its behalf. Deliberation regarding the proposed collective bargaining agreement for the ambulance employee union 2026 through 2027 contract. Item number 25, reconvene
Next.
open. Oh, that's next. Okay. Done.
Motion and a second.
We have a motion and a second. All those any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're in closed session.
I call the meeting to order, the Common Council at 6:30 PM on November 17th, 2025, Monday night. The first order of business is Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next will be roll call.
All right, Paul Dwyer,
Here.
Travis Schulze.
Here.
Richard Darrington,
Present.
John Glenn,
Here.
Sean Zavinski,
Here.
Mitchell Kale,
Here.
Patrick Devine, Nellie Pater. Here. Dean Peterson.
Here. Okay. Is there anyone desiring to appear before council? If it's for budget, okay. Come forward, state your name, address.
Is
You have
that
3
sit to the
minutes.
side?
Yeah, that's
Thank you.
fine.
I'm just gonna pull that down if that's all right. Good evening, my name is Connie Sistrunk, and that's my husband, Bob Sistrunk, that's sitting back where I was sitting. We own the home at 205 Nicholas Street here in Tomah, Wisconsin. We purchased the home August 2nd of 2023. For those that aren't born and raised in Wisconsin, what's the only reason that you really come to this beautiful state is grandkids. So our son-in-law is based out at Fort McCoy, and so we're here for the youngest of the grandchildren. We purchased the home and there was quite a bit of work to do. We had to take down some trees, some bushes. There was quite a bit of eyesight, if you will, to the neighborhood, and so we worked very diligently and hard. My husband is a disabled vet. Myself, as you can tell, I'm also permanently disabled. We replaced the roof, installed a bathroom downstairs, so we'd have 2 bathrooms. Now we've added a full basement with 2 more bedrooms, a pantry, a family room, and added more landscaping. Everything we've done, including a 4x6 pre-built poly shed that you buy in a box and includes a floor, we purchased a permit for. We applied through the Habitat for Humanity for a grant through Home Depot to allow for something that would make our home more accessible for us, and that was to replace a decking that we had out our front door. The reason that we purchased the home was so that I would have a location that I could roll my wheelchair out in the evening or in the morning and sit out just out the door. Well, we went through the whole process and come to find out there is no allowance for our home to have that deck because of the setback. Even though it had been there, as best we can tell, since the home was purchased or originally built in 2004. We could not find any original set of stairs when everything was pulled. There's been nothing there, so best we can tell, the deck was always there. But we still continued. We recommended to Habitat for Humanity to please get working on the grant as soon as possible. Long story short, we dealt with 3 different folks to do permits. Shane, that was over by the fire department, then online with Kent, and now we have Charlie. All of our experiences have been pretty good until the recent situation. So the state of Wisconsin has what's called a relaxation standards for persons with disability, which allows for an individual that has a disability that there may be some allowances or special circumstances. For example, a person in a wheelchair needs 5 feet to be able to fully turn their wheelchair. On bad days, my leg will experience severe cramping where my leg sticks out in front of it, fully extended out. So for me, 7 feet sometimes is actually beneficial to me. That's one of the reasons we purchased the home, because the deck allowed for that room. Long story short, it wasn't approved. We now have 3 short steps to our door. We have a handicapped accessible ramp to the front door. I no longer have a ramp that goes out my back door, as the 2 were connected originally out the kitchen and the front door. We no longer have that. We'll just have steps with 3 stairs. Monroe County has also approved it some years ago, a relaxation standard for persons with disabilities. Tomah does not have it. And so we respectfully are coming before the City Council and asking with due consideration if Tomah may consider the relaxation standards for persons with disability. We're not asking for special circumstances. What we're asking for is that if anybody else is allowed to sit out in their front yard in the evening or in the morning with a cup of coffee, that we also can have that availability to us without a great undue. We want to be part of the community. We work very hard to fit in. For any of those that know where Nicholas is, we're over by the soccer fields. We're the second house on the right. Most of the neighbors know that we've worked pretty hard since we bought that in '23, and we want to stay. But it's things like this that make it hard, make it very hard. So respectfully, we just ask City of Tomah would also consider, again, it's called relaxation standards for persons with disabilities. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone else who would desire to appear before council? Is there anyone else who would like to appear before council? Hearing none, we're going to move on to the 2026 budget public hearing. I'll need a motion to open the hearing.
Motion to open.
Second.
We have a motion by Kale, second by Yarrington. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We are in a budget hearing. I will now turn it over to our city administrator, Mr. Nicholas Morales, to explain the budget.
So the members should have the resolution to adopt the 2026 budget and establish the tax rate. This 2026 budget and tax rate was approved for recommendation by the Committee of the Whole on Saturday, 15 November. This budget will result in an increase of general fund expenditures 16.37%. General fund revenues will increase 0.71%. This will establish the tax rate at $7.25 per $1,000 of assessed value. That is an 8.72% increase from the tax rate of the previous year, which was $6.67 per $1,000 of assessed value. However, it is still lower than the tax rate for tax year 2023. Or fiscal year 2024, which was $7.66 per $1,000 of assessed value. The Committee of the Whole has analyze the detailed budget and receive reports from each department. Pending any questions, that's all I have.
So, is there anybody here to speak on the budget? Seeing none, we don't have any questions, so I'll.
Make a motion to close the public
Mo-
hearing.
yes, sorry. We have a motion to close the public hearing with a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? It is closed. We're back in open session. We're looking for a resolution to, a motion for a resolution to adopt the 2026 budget.
I'll make a motion to adopt the 2026 budget.
We have a motion by Glenn.
Can I clarify if that motion includes establishing the tax rate?
Okay. You have to amend your motion.
I amend the motion for that, for the tax rate.
So we have a motion by Glenn,
I'll second.
second by Zabinski. Is there any further discussion?
I have a couple of questions for Nick. When I look at this summary, I look at the total revenue of 8.7 million and expenditures of 10.2 million. Is that gap closed by borrowing? Or is it closed by enterprise funds?
It should not be closed by the enterprise funds. It would be closed by the special revenue funds that are listed below selected TIDs. Does that answer the question, or?
It's an answer.
Are there any other questions on the budget? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. The budget is adopted. Next, we will do the mayor report, and that would be me, and I would like at this time to call forward Bob Walker. So you are Employee of the Month. So we just want you to know that we appreciate everything you do. You're a good fire inspector. Just keep up the good work and leave me alone.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bob, how many years you been with the city?
26.
So we'll move on to the consent agenda. Approve the minutes from October 2025. Oh. I thought we did them one at a time. Okay. Approval resolution for payment of monthly bills. Approval of application for Class B beer fermented malt beverage license and Class B liquor license for Elmer W. Grassman, post number 201, doing business as Tomah American Legion, post 201 at 800 Wisconsin Avenue, Tomah. Approval of application for Class B beer fermented malt beverage license and Class B liquor license for Bush Company LLC, doing business as Brick Sip House at 800 Superior Avenue, Tomah. Approval of application of Class B fermented malt beverage license and Class B liquor license transfer for Cancun Bay LTD from 1422 Superior Avenue to 701 East Clifton Street, Suite 2, Tomah, Wisconsin. Approval of application for reserve
Class B liquor license and Class B fermented malt beverage license for Paco's LLC at 1422 Superior Avenue, Tomah. Approval of secondhand article and jewelry dealer license application for Antique Mall of Tomah.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Is there any other discussion?
Question.
Go ahead, Alderperson.
During the budget hearing, we talked about an updated fee schedule, and I can only assume that that was part of passing this year's budget. Are these licenses charged at that old rate or the new rate?
The liquor licenses, the price for those fees is mandated by the state, so we cannot.
So those didn't change?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We'll do the Senior and Disabled Services Board. An approval, recommendation to deposit $200,000 of Doris J. Johnson Trust donations into a certificate of deposit to earn a yearly interest income for the Senior Center and Senior Disabled Services Department.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve item 17 for the Senior Center. Is there any further discussion?
Excuse me.
Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We'll move on to Public Works and Utilities Commission. We need approval for a resolution for functional classification update.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We have an appointment for approval of appointment for Scott Brand to the Parks and Recreation Commission to fulfill the remaining term of Josephine Piper ending April of '26.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. General agenda, now we do these separate, right? Number 20 is approval for reimbursement of funds for the Facade Improvement Grant Program, 1/20 of 25, the Crowbar.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion by Glenn, a second by Zabinski. Is there any further discussion?
Would like the amount stated in the motion, please. It's $5,265.
Yeah, I'll amend my motion.
To state that it's 5,265? Okay. Is that okay with the second?
Yes.
So any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
Motion carries. 21, approval of reimbursement of funds for facade improvement grant application to 2025, the bank bar.
Motion to approve. The amount is $9,821.25.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
Motion carries. Approval, reimbursement of funds for facade improvement grant application 3, 2025, all things Amish and more.
I'll make a motion to approve. I just have to look for, I can't get the amount to come up with. 10,000. And the amount of $10,000.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion?
Yeah, I had a quick question.
Sure. Alderperson Kale.
Administrator Morales, was that, I guess I assumed that was for the whole side, I noticed that it wasn't for the whole side. That tuck pointing and painting. Was that the original plan?
That was what was put, there were specific pieces of that wall. So this is actually more tuck pointing than I thought they were gonna do based on when I met with the applicant at the site.
Okay.
Um,
I agree around on the one, I just was kind of pushing about, thank you.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
Motion carries. Approval of facade improvement grant program application 5-2025 for the strike zone, the zones.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Kale,
Second.
How much was that one? 4150?
4150, is that correct?
4600 down below.
And my second agrees with that amount.
So quick note on this besides, so this is the application, not the reimbursement.
right,
Yeah,
This is for 5-TAC 2025, correct? Strike zone zones?
yeah.
Okay, so this amount,
Oh, $9,562.
$9,562.50. I would draw your attention to the evaluation checklist. We did not receive, all of the materials. So if you look at sorry, I'm having some technical problems over here. So if you go the first page past the staff report, you'll see there's that copied Excel spreadsheet. So the applicant did request more than the 75%. However, based on the total project cost, the applicant would only be eligible for the $9,562.50. We also don't have documentation of the sources of all matching funds. Therefore, we can't verify that the matching funds are from non-city sources. And we did not get a project illustration, so we cannot verify that they conform to the downtown design standards.
So I'd like to amend my motion for that, $9,562.50, totaling that 75% of the final project cost, whichever is less, and then to, let Mr. Morales get those three items, tidied up, and then he can bring it, if you get those three items and it's approved by you, then it's good.
So your motion is
On that condition that those are.
to approve the $9,562.50 on the condition that all outstanding items on the evaluation checklist are confirmed by the city administrator to be corrected first.
Perfect.
And I'll amend my second to approve that.
You got that quick?
Got it.
Sorry.
so is there any further discussion?
I do have a question. Administrator Morales, you mentioned we didn't get pictures, so we can confirm that it meets the downtown design standards. Does that property fall within the blocks that would require it?
Yes.
It does? Okay.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
Motion carries. Approval for the facade improvement grant application 6-2025, Tomah Granite.
I'll make a motion to approve in the amount of $10,000.
We have a motion by Glenn,
I'll
Second.
second.
second by Zabinski. Is there any further discussion?
Question?
Go ahead, Alderperson Schultz.
Administrator Morales, can both of these applications be funded by what we have left?
Yes.
Thank you.
And this application, if you see on the evaluation checklist, they've met all requirements, they're good to go.
I have one comment, and this one was, the total amount was $15,459 for his project, so.
Correct. So So is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
Motion carries. Okay, so we need a motion to adjourn into closed session.
Make a motion to move to closed session.
Second.
Motion and a second to go into closed session. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We're going into closed session. Any meeting of a governmental body upon motion duly made and carried by, may be convened in closed session under one or more of the exemptions provided in this section. The motion shall be carried by a majority vote in such a manner that the vote of each member is ascertained and recorded in the minutes. No motion to convene into closed session may be adopted unless the chief presiding officer announces to those present at the meeting at which such a motion is made, the nature of the business to be considered at such closed session, and the specific exemption or exemptions under the subsequent subsection by which such closed session is claimed to be authorized. Such an announcement shall become part of the record of the meeting. No business may be taken up at any closed session except in which it relates to the matters contained in the chief presiding officer's announcement of the closed session. The closed session may be held for any of the following purposes. Item B, considering dismissal motion, licensing or discipline of any public employee, persons licensed by a board or commission, or the investigation of charges against such person, or considering the grant or denial of tenure for a university faculty member, and taking a formal action in such a matter, provided that the faculty member or other public employee or person licensed is given actual notice by an evidentiary hearing, which may be held prior to the final action being taken, and any meetings at which final action may be taken. The notice shall contain a statement that the person has the right to demand the evidentiary hearing or meeting to be held in open session. This paragraph and paragraph F do not apply to any such evidentiary hearing or meeting where the employee or person licensed requests an open session to be held. Allegations of the misuse of funds by a city employee requiring the initiation of administrative investigation and possible discipline at a future date. Deliberating or negotiating the purchase of public properties, the investing of public funds, or the conducting of other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. Considering the purchases of property A, property B, and/or property C. G, conferring with legal counsel or governmental body who is rendering oral or written advice concerning the strategy to be adopted by the body with respect to the litigation in which it is likely to become involved. Suspected room tax evasion by a corporation. Nothing in this subchapter shall be construed or authorized or construed to authorize a governmental body to consider at a meeting in closed session the final ratification or approval of collective bargaining agreement under subchapter 1, section 5, or 4, or 5 of chapter 111, which has been negotiated by such a body on its behalf. Deliberation regarding the proposed collective bargaining agreement for the Ambulance Employees Union 2026-2027 contract. We are in closed session.
So, I would recommend that we get that recording device.